Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. It's actually been a long time before I'm making a video about myself, like how is my rating going on, or like the games that I have played on chess.com. Like before I was making these, like recording these videos, like most of those videos are about like me commenting or like giving comments on those like top grandmaster games following the recent top events. But today I have some great news. Well, mainly it's for me, it's a great news, and it's that my Blitz rating on chess.com finally has reached 2500. Well, actually, for some of you guys who are like much stronger, it's just like it's just unimaginable. Like you just can't imagine what like 2500. It's just not something that special for them because mainly they're like already 2800 or 2900, but still for some other people this rating is also pretty high. For me 2500 is actually a pretty high rating at my age, of course. And yeah, so today I'm going to share with you guys like basically my trip, or not trip, but like basically I think 12 games that I've played today to reach 2500. And actually before already for like a couple of weeks already, I have been struggling to get to 2500. Like I was always in the 2400 rating, like sometimes even dropping to 2300, and it was actually really like it's actually really devastating somehow. But finally today I've reached 2500 and I'm going to share with you guys. Today actually after reaching 2500 I just played a couple of, well, not a couple of, but a lot of bullet games, which wasn't that great because like um because recently I'm about to have a tournament, like I have to prepare for it, and my coach says that before those important tournaments where you have to play like classical games, you don't really want to play too many bullet games because it just might get your mind like going, like making these very strange moves or like inaccuracies. So it's best to like play more blitz games, and that is what I'm doing. Also trying to get 2500. Alright, so this we're starting with this game actually. I played about like 12 games if I'm not mistaken, and um actually I faced a lot of players who have title players. And let's start with this first game. This game I was as black, and actually it didn't start well. I lost this first game and against the WFM. Actually before this game I just thought that I like WFM. What, like that's not like of course not as strong as a GM, and I think I am able to like win, at least not struggle a lot. But here I somehow like didn't play that well. So she started with like knight f3 and the red t opening, and then I played the king's Indian defense. Well, actually here she played d3 instead of going d4, which I'll just respond with d6. D3 is also like more solid, but I guess a kind of dubious like option in the opening. I played d6. Well, actually I was pretty like playing pretty fast, as you can see using my like my time usage. Well, of course she's even faster. And then she played knight bd2, c5, rook e1, because actually I think I actually want to play e5, but then I remember that my coach once told me that like especially in the King's India, when your opponent hasn't played c4 yet, you usually don't go e5, but just go for something like c5, just to keep the diagonal open for the bishop. Alright, rook e1, knight d6, I think this is all fine. h4, I guess she is just trying to create some counterplay on the king side, and then I like played h5. And already here, like the engine says that this is better for black, but in human eyes, I think this is just a very normal game so far. a4 and then a6, c6, rook b8. I'm preparing for b5 because if I go b5 immediately, there's some sort of like very annoying pin over here. Like yeah. So first of all, I played rook b8, and then after rook b1, and then pushed b5, and after takes, she played b4, which is actually like a mistake to me, because it somehow just gives away a pawn, but after like c takes b4, actually here I think a better option would be to go knight d4, but whatever. Instead, I played c takes b4, and then after c takes b4, then knight d5. I thought I was just winning a pawn, a very like healthy pawn, because I'm threatening to go to knight c3 as well as like taking the b4 pawn, and I think it's just unstoppable. And here in the game, she played bishop b2, which is actually fine, and I took the b4 pawn, which is actually like a mistake. Here, I think I should have just taken on b2, perhaps, or like after takes. And the engine says that it's not good to take on b4, you know, like, because like if I take, I will be a little bit slow in development, and this b5 pawn can always be gained back by white at any time. So I think it's not worth it to take the b4 pawn. But during the game, I didn't think of this, and I just played this move really fast. And after bishop g7, king takes, queen c1, she played really well, I guess. And after bishop d7, queen c3, I actually missed this check. I think play anything else, like for example e5 would have been slightly better, but still I think black is not better in this position. White is slightly better. Bishop d7, but after this move and queen c3 and after king g8, now I'm just down material, of course, and after bishop c6, but still like not entirely losing. I still have some counterplay because I am up a pawn downwards, and I try to like create some more counterplay by going like putting my rook into like the opponent's territory, but there's just the knight going there and kicking my rook, and I go here. Actually, I think it's not that easy for her to win because there's no like clear weaknesses in my like position yet. But now she just played really well. Maybe not this move. Actually, it's very interesting, but if white goes bishop e6 here, it's just already winning because I cannot take, obviously, because there's queen e6, and after, for example, king g7, of course, there's queen e7, and it's close to mate. But however, like bishop e6 is not that easy to see, and in the game, she played rook f1, which was somehow like making me, like giving me some drawing chances, like at least equalizing the position already. I play rook a3, and after queen d1, b4, and knight takes. Actually, after these a few moves, black is already better because I have this very strong b pawn. But I did miss some of white's like attack, like queen f3 attacking my f7 pawn, and I suddenly realized that it's not easy for me to defend it, and my only move is to go queen e8. But after bishop d7, it's not the best move, but I think it gives black a lot of challenges. And after queen f8, king g2, she played really well actually. And after b2, which is actually just like the losing move here, maybe not entirely losing, but I think for me it's already going downwards if like after b2. Here I should have just played rook e1 first and then go b2, and not like then if she takes and rook e1, at least I'm threatening to promote, and probably something strange will happen. But however, I played b2, and I think in the rest of the game is just like going really bad for me. And after king g7, which is actually already losing, there's queen e2, but bishop e6 is again winning because I cannot take. If I take, there's like knight e6 now, winning the queen. And if I just leave it there, I mean the bishop is attacking my rook right now, and I have to move the rook away, but then I'll lose like the b2 pawn. All right, let's see what how the game ended. Actually, I played like she played queen e2, and then I played queen d8. Actually, just like completely missing bishop d5 here, and after e6, missing bishop a2 again. But of course, even if I haven't missed all of these things, I would still be losing. And after a few moves here, queen c7, I resigned. Well, I lost the first game, but I quickly came back in the second game, I believe. Yeah, I won this game against a CM. Like, I think a CM is not as strong as a WFM in general, but yeah, anyways, let's take a look at this game real fast. It's just a roll opus, basically, and bishop c5 line, and after knight f6, I think the opening was okay, I think, and bishop e3, I know it's not the best move, but I usually just play it this way in blitz games because I think once black takes, and I think this pawn structure for white is actually pretty solid. because there's always some d4 like breakthroughs in the center later on. 97, and after a few moves like this, actually here, even though like black may have a slightly bigger like space advantage, but I think like these two pawns are slightly weak, a bit weak. And I played d4 trying to neutralize or like trying to keep or like fix this pawn on d5 because it will become a weakness. And after e4 I played 95 and bishop e6. Of course you cannot take, because if you take and d takes c5, there's just something like well, probably knight g4, but you'll kind of like find some trouble, get into trouble with the d5 pawn. All right, in the game he played like bishop e6. Wait, actually I think I played against this guy a couple of times before. Okay, we played 3 times and have won 3 times. But anyways, because I was just suddenly remembering where like I've actually played against him before. But anyways, the game continued like this, and queen e2, a6, a5. Black is slightly better here due to the like better pawn structure and space advantage, but I think black is still okay here, not losing, of course. Rook c7, and already I'm forming a plan, especially on the king side, to start pushing my pawns and trying to like to attack the d5 pawn. So first of all, I played g4, not really nice, but I'm threatening to go g5, and it's not an easy like move to stop. Rook c8 and queen f4, offering a trade of queens. He took, and after rook f4, knight h7, here just blundering a pawn actually. I took, and after takes, rook c2. But here, actually taking with the bishop or the rook are both winning. And after a few moves like this, I just won this game. Alright, this was actually a pretty easy game, I think. And my opponent like just blundered in the end of the game. Alright, the next game I drew against my opponent. Actually, we both played pretty accurately. It was just some sort of insane endgame. Oops, why can I? Okay. Let's see what like happened. Oh yeah, I'm black here, and my opponent played d4 and I played d6. Actually, I usually don't play d6. I just play some like play the Nimzo Indian or the King's Indian. But again, during Blitz games, I always like to play these kinds of weird openings and trying to confuse my opponent, or like play these openings where you can transfer them to other openings, or like it's like this opening is not bad, and I decided to play the Philidor. And after takes, I mean, the Philidor is, of course, not a nice opening for black, but still, I mean, in Blitz games, anything can happen. And after a few moves like this, it's actually pretty normal, I guess. My knight is really solid on b4, but really it doesn't, like, attack anything. Like, if this were on the d4 square instead of the b4 square, then I think black would be much, much better. But unfortunately, it's on b4, and it can't really attack anything. And in the game, I'm also forced to trade my knights off. But still, like, knight and bishop versus 2 bishops in a slightly closed position, black is going to be easier to play with. Okay, now we traded off the queens. And actually here, I think I should have just, like, played here, like, bishop e3 first, like, to trade the bishops off. And I think this position will be, like, I'll have bigger winning chances. But in the game, I played too fast, and I played this h5 move, just like thinking to like trying to prevent white from going g4, but I think it's just like unnecessary. And after rook f1, I played like we traded off all of the rooks, and this endgame is just like completely drawish. I tried to win because like I want to win, of course. Right now, I am like 18 points away from getting to 2500, but yeah, that is actually a lot. Like probably needs 2 more games or 3 more games to get to that rating. And right now I really want to win this game, but unfortunately this is just a draw. Even white is having some winning chances here. And here I think I just allow white to get into the position with here bishop d8, but still it's fine. Even though at first sight it might look a little bit scary, but after you calculate a few moves, you'll see that black is just fine. Although what I should be careful here is actually I only have 29 seconds left on the clock, and this is with no increment, so I really do need to like pre-move all of these moves or play them very fast. But in the end, this is just a very quick draw, and yeah. And we drew this game. Draw. This was not a very special game, I guess. let's take a look at the next one. The next one, I won this game, I believe, against an IM. Actually, very nice. Actually, I've won against many IMs before, even grandmasters, but it's just a few times basically. I'm white in this game, and after e4 c5, let's quickly take a look. It is the Scheveningen, I think. Yeah, a very strange Scheveningen. Actually, when I was playing this game, I here this e5 move. He thought for about 1 minute. Yeah, 1 minute. Like thinking about this e5 move, and I just cannot understand because e5 is not a good move after all. It's like a mistake. And why are you thinking for a bad move for 1 minute and then playing it? Like e5 is just like a really bad move, a very poor decision. And I played knight f5, the best move, like best reaction. And after rook c8, rook d1, rook c3, and takes knight e4. Well, actually, taking on e4 is a bad, also a poor move made by me. Actually, if I just played like f takes c5, this is already winning. Because if black plays knight e4, I can here just go like, for example, bishop f4 or bishop d4 all wins. And after knight f3 here, I can actually take with the g pawn. And after if like g6, something like this, and after takes, f takes c4, I mean, why is just up a rook, basically. And it's just nothing to discuss about. Alright, this rook c3 move is actually really like strange, but I guess this is the idea that he had with the e5 move, but it's just a really wrong direction, like a wrong idea. And after taking, well, bishop e4 is a bad move played by me, but anyways, it is still better for white. Takes, and after queen c7, queen d2, and after like this, queen d4. Here, black resigned because I'm just forcing a trade of queens. And after trading off the queens, this will just be a very easy and clean win for white because white is up half a piece and also like up about like 1 pawn. It's just completely winning because black's rook is just way too like passive. Like if this rook were on, for example, like on e2, maybe black will still have some chances. Because the rook is the rook and the bishop can probably create some counterplay, but unfortunately in this position, the rook just basically cannot cooperate with the bishop. Alright, this was actually a really short game, and here, the next few games, I did not play my best chess, like, I did not play my best form, and I lost a couple of games, actually. It was really not great. And this is again like I've played this opening a lot of times actually. This is all normal, I guess. I mean, this should have just been much better for me. Like I'm just up a pawn, but somehow it just didn't went my way. Like all of this is fine. Black is still better, up a pawn, and queen h5. I have h6. Okay, maybe white does have some counterplay on the on the king side, but if black just defends in the best way, it should be just like easily winning for black. Okay, I actually didn't see that. I actually didn't see this rook e1 move, like defending the e5 pawn, but still, it doesn't matter. Even if white has rook e1, it's still like better for black. Although the advantage is getting smaller and smaller for black, and now white is better. But in Blitz games, anything can happen. Here, and I played king h7, which is just somehow like a blunder. But actually, my strategy during that game was that my opponent here has 41 seconds here on the clock, whereas I still have 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock, and I really want to like trying to flag him. But still, like 40 seconds is pretty enough for this kind of position to go on, and he played pretty well. And after king h7, rook e3, well, probably rook e3 is just like giving away all of the advantages back. Here, if he had just played rook c2 and then threatened to go rook c7, it would just have been GG's, like the end of the game. But I mean, yeah, in Blitz games, it's not that easy to see. Rook e3, rook c8, and I didn't see this knight e6 move, unfortunately. And after rook g8, and after like a couple of moves like this, I was just like, I was actually really angry at myself at that time because I was so close to getting to 2500 again, and I just missed it. And now I'm just like, of course I'm down like a million pieces. Like I'm down a lot of pieces, but still, like, I'm giving away more. I'm just hoping that he will fall for some stalemate tricks or like gives like blunder some pieces away. Maybe like a mouse slip, but it couldn't happen. And queen d7 is just checkmate. Yeah, this was a really bad gameplay by me, I think. And my opponent also played really well, find this excellent tactic with knight e6, so I can't complain basically about this loss. Alright, now let's take a look at the next game. The next game was actually also lost. But yeah, it was actually like really complicated game. Like the positions that we've reached. This is all fine. Actually, what I'm really interested is in the middle game part. Like, I mean, of course, here black is already better, but it doesn't really matter because I think in the end of the game, I somehow like did get back. Like, I am okay somehow. So bishop e7 here. Okay, or maybe I'm just still losing after all this. Okay, I'm just still losing. My opponent actually played really well here. He didn't really make any mistakes, or does he? I think he is just, yeah, he's just playing really well. Well, I couldn't complain about this. And sometimes, yeah, it happens when your opponent plays really well and you're not in your best form, and yeah. After all of this, yeah, I just here blundered away with, like, blundered the d5 pawn, first of all. Here, if I haven't played e5, of course, still I'm worse. Like, the disaster begins with this, with this g4 move. G4 is just too aggressive. And I should have, first of all, get my king to safety, because king safety is always the most important thing, and you have to finish. You have to finish castling before you do like other things. Alright, the next game was actually a pretty drawish game, so I don't really want to like share it with you guys because okay, like in the end it was just like something really strange like this one. I mean, I only have 19 seconds left on the clock, whereas my opponent still has 1 minute, so I can't complain basically, because if I just keep on playing with no mate able to reach in just a few moves, I think I might even lose on time, and that would be really unfortunate. Again, that was against an NM, so I've drawn against an NM, and now I'm playing against this IM again. Actually, I played against him for about like 4 times, and I've won all of these 4 games basically, because he is just like each game, either if I'm just a completely winning position and he resigns, or I'm in a worse position, but he runs out of time. And this is what happening in this position, in this game. This position right here, the opening is not worth for us to like discuss about. It's not like something special, but here after e5 or bishop h3, this is already losing for me actually. Where did everything go wrong here? I'm actually a bit curious about. Like the opening, not the opening, but the endgame here, black is slightly better, but the disaster starts with after this, after this g takes f4 move. Because I thought that after g takes f4, he'll just take with the g pawn. Taking with the g pawn will be a draw. But he took with the e pawn, and after taking with the e pawn, the disaster just happens. But now he is just playing too slow each move, thinking. And here, even though I am losing, of course, but he runs out of time. And of course, it's pretty lucky by me. But luck is also an element of your winning your game. So yeah, well, of course, I'll keep that win. And yeah. Again, I faced against another IM after that game, and I lost this game. But yeah, I lost this game. It was a really bad game. It was just a draw here. I'm already winning here, I think. Okay, let's take a look at it from the very beginning. Like d6, again, this very strange opening, but turning back into the king's Indian defense, and everything is just going really normal, basically. And here, yeah, we'll just switch quickly to the endgame part. Like here, yes, I'm winning here after like here white has this only move, which is actually to go king f1, but unfortunately my opponent didn't play that and instead took on b7, and here the only move to win, can you guys see, the only move to win here is to go bishop b5, of course. But at that time I only have 11 seconds, but actually thought pretty long. Like I only have 32 seconds left, but maybe not only, but I was just somehow in time pressure, under time pressure, and I thought that I have to, like, I was somehow imagining that my pawn on c6 is about to lose, and I should have just played bishop b5 to cut up the king and then start pushing my pawn, and it's just unstoppable. Bishop ca, I'll just go here, and b7, there's just king c7. Oh well, but like if I won this game, at least I'll be even closer to 2,500, but I unfortunately lost this game and it's now 2,477, which is like even farther away from 2,500. But I can't complain because I need to keep playing, and then I won 3 games in a row, which are like all against untitled players. But the last game here is actually the game that is really decisive. I won that game. I actually won against the 2,600, which is really amazing for me because I only won about like 3 or 4 games against 2,600s, and winning this crucial game will mean that I'll get to like 2,500, and winning this game will plus 11 points for me. Let's quickly take a look at what happened this game. Knight c6 and everything like this, the roll Lopez opening, the Morphy defense, and after bishop b3, knight takes, a takes. Actually, I'm a little bit curious, like, where did I go wrong, basically? Oh, here, I think knight takes c4, oh, I should have played d4, d4 is the main line, yeah, d4 is the main line, but however, I played instead this rook e1 move, and after all of this happening, still the position is close to equalization, and after d4, d5, queen f3, well actually, queen f3, what is that? Queen f3 is okay, but what is queen d3? Then if I'm going queen d3, I should have just played that immediately, right? But after queen f3, bishop d6, here I think I just needs to go back with, not bishop d6, but c6, play in the game. I think I should have just, go back with the rook and then just develop my pieces. Because actually during the game I was afraid of bishop f6, because bishop f6 will mean that it's like attacking my rook as well as the pawn, and the pawn needs protection, so I want to like defend it with my queen, and that's why I played queen e3 in the game, but I think it's unnecessary. And after bishop d6, rook e1, it's actually already losing for me, kind of really bad, but of course in human eyes this is still like the game is still going on, of course. After bishop d7, bishop e3, what is that? Bishop e3 is just allowing black to go f5 to like gain a tempo by attacking your bishop. Here, I think what I should have played is just, to develop with knight d2, quickly go to knight f3, and just get the queen away from the h4 square. But, yeah. I played terribly, actually, in the first few moves, but I managed to get back after he kind of made a few mistakes, and then I'm slowly getting back into the game. I'm down 2 pawns, but again, not like my pieces are really active, and this f4 pawn is also about to lose. And after exchanging all of the pieces off, now something actually happened here. After this, and can you guess what my opponent played here? Can you just guess what he played here? Like any move here is just winning for black. Like b5, bishop f8, bishop e7, king g7, all of these moves are winning. But can you guess what my opponent played? And actually during the game, I was even just thinking about that move. Okay, I was actually thinking that this is the best move for black. But sometimes, like when you miss something, your opponent also misses the same thing. And my opponent here just played rook g8, and just I was first of all thinking, okay, this is just a very normal move, but then slowly I suddenly just realized, wait, this doesn't seem right. The d6 bishop is now just hanging, and it's just like safe for me to take it. And after rook g8, I played rook d6, and here it's just winning, of course. I was so happy after rook d6 because I know that I'm going to win this game. I'm not under time pressure yet, and yeah. pure luck, I guess, with G8, but also because I've somehow put a lot of pressure on my opponent, made him made him make that mistake. And after trading off the bishop, like the rooks, and reaching this endgame here, my opponent resigned after here and d5. Okay. And here, after resignation, I was just extremely happy because I reached 2503, and this is my first time ever reaching 2500, and it's just really good. Alright, and this also, before, just imagine that about months ago I was still 2300, and it's just unimaginable for me to reach 2500, but now I've already reached it, so yeah. Alright, it's great news for me, and hope you guys enjoyed all of these games. And basically I'm just sharing all of these happy things with you guys, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.